everyone and welcome. My name is Tira Whitford and you are watching this video because on my quiz you answered enough questions to determine that you're an empath. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that. What does it mean to be an empath? Well, being an empath means that you are going to be picking up on other people's stuff. You're going to be emotionally, perhaps, picking up on others' emotions. Physically, maybe, you're picking up on other people's physical ailments. And sometimes we even pick up on others' behaviors, even if we don't like the way that they behave. When you know that you're an empath, there's a couple of things to understand. First is, who do you pick up on? Do you pick up on people? Do you pick up on spirits? Do you pick up on animals? Bugs? Plants? Do you pick up on situations? The second thing to understand is, how do you pick that up? Do you just feel terrible emotionally? Nothing's happened, but you wake up and like, just for no reason, things are just feeling awful? Do you pick up on the physicalities where nothing has happened, but suddenly you've got a pain, you've got aches, and it's usually in one area. It's not usually all over your body. It's kind of like I've got a headache or I've got a sore shoulder. And when you're paying attention, you might actually look around and discover that the reason you have a sore shoulder is because that guy over there seems to have a sore shoulder. He's got his arm in a sling. There's something going on there. Understanding what's happening as an empath can be a little bit complicated. It'll first just feel gross, just like, something that you don't want. And then you will realize that you're picking up on somebody, and that will even feel worse. The reason that you pick up on other people is because it's a bit of a call to action. There's something really beautiful and wonderful for you to do. And when you do that thing, your discomfort will typically go away. And everything is going to feel really wonderful after that point. But it takes a little while to wrap your head around exactly what's happening. Because honestly, it just feels like somebody has come into your world and turned it upside down, created a bunch of pain, a bunch of mess. And all we want is for that to be out. Now, we don't want to stay there. We don't want to stay in that place where we just want the pain out because it's triggering us. It's saying, okay, you know what? You've got a job to do here. Empaths, you have a job to do. And the job is some kind of healing. Now, I know for most empaths, especially if you haven't done any kind of work as an empath before, this is going to sound really overwhelming. It will feel like we don't want to have to do one more thing. We are just burnt out. We're exhausted. We're overwhelmed. We're overburdened. But what happens is when you start to really understand the gift of being an empath and that it comes with the gift of being some kind of healer, and you start to utilize those skills as a healer, suddenly you're not exhausted anymore. Suddenly, your world is a lot more rich. It's a lot more full. It has a lot more purpose. But again, we've got to wrap our heads around it. So for the empath, the first thing that I want to bring to you is one question. And that question is it mine? This, for the empath, is the most important question. Is this thing that I'm feeling, whether it's emotional or physical, is this thing that I'm doing that doesn't feel quite like me, is it mine? Or am I pulling from someone else? That is the question that will start you on this beautiful journey of really understanding more about your gift of being an empath. So that's where I'm going to leave you right at the moment. What I want to say is thank you. Thanks for taking this quiz. This quiz kind of helps me to understand a little bit more about you, but it also hopefully will help you to understand a little bit more about you. And there's a couple of other quizzes as well. So if you finish this quiz, feel free to check it out and see if you're an intuitive or if you're highly sensitive, because they're all a little bit different. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.